Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. What's up, boys? How are we, lads? How are we? Oh, good intro music. I'm happy you know it, dude. You know the bark noise. Hey, who got first? Eric got first. Well done, dude. Well done. The intro's back, man. Of course it's... I'm never going to get rid of the intro. All the boys are in chat. I really hope he's late today. Who? Glizzy's out. Stop it. Intro's back at it again. What's up, Chris? How are you, dude? And let's get the intro. Quiet on the intro. There we go. We're chilling. How are we, boys? What's good? Better now that you're here. I've been edging for like 2 hours. Oh my god, I don't enjoy that at all. Stop that, Larry. Volk got dropped bad, cut up, lost vision in one of his eyes, hurt his hand, and he wanted to fight Movzar in July. Things could go very badly. I think his team are going to tell him not to do that. Just chill the fuck out. Let's do it properly this time. Let's not screw up your second title run. Especially since I think now... Has he tied with Aljo? Or does he need one more? My stream glitched and would not start. I mean, it must be working now, right, Kenny? I was hoping you were late so we'd get more intro time. It just depends, man. I gotta send out the links and let people know that I'm live. What's up, TY? How are you, dude? What's good, man? We wanted you to be late, Dougie, because we wanted the intro. I mean, I can just set up the stream and just let the intro play while I do everything in the back end, if that's what you guys want to do. I can leave the intro playing for a couple of minutes. The problem is, people listen back to this like a podcast. I guess I could pin a comment that has the actual start time so people could skip the intro. Guess what I'm about to stuff my faith with? Let me stop talking, chat. Guess what I'm about to stuff my face with in honor of my fellow English and Aussie men winning last night? Let me guess. A buttered Pop-Tart. Probably a buttered Pop-Tart. If I was going to guess you and anything, Chris, it would probably be a buttered Pop-Tart, right, brother? I shaved the outer skin of the glizzy. Okay, no, we're not doing the glizzy thing anymore. We're done with that. Imagine if he fights Islam again now. I think Islam will still win that fight. Islam's just a better fighter, I believe. Top chat? All chat. Live chat. You're probably just writing something horribly racist, Eric. So close. My forearms are tired from gooning, so... No, dude, that was such a good... Oh, the Gen Zs out there. Yeah, do that instead. We love the intro. Alright, I might do that instead then. Missed the Met. Sorry, Eric. Sorry, mate. My bad. Not in top chat. Cheeto moved up to 145 and he's coming back for Volk. Cheeto is not getting anywhere near Alexander Volkanovski, mate. We want to see you belly dancing the weekend. Never doing that. A lovely maple. Oh, nice one, Chris. Beautiful, mate. I've been gooning to you ever since it ended last night's stream. Blueprint has. That's for fucking sure. Intro is also time to all hang out together and vibe to the sick guitar. Okay, then that's what I'll start doing. I'll set up all the stuff on the back. I'll start the stream, let the intro run, and then I'll just set up all the stuff on the back end and put it in the Discord and put it on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And I'll just put the actual start time of the stream in a pinned comment when it's done. A Dougie flavored hot dog? No. Volk is 36, and in 6 months he will either fight Movzar soon, not fully recovered, or wait until he's 37. I don't see Volk's second title run going well. No, I don't mind a 37-year-old fighting Movzar, Toad. Looks like you and me are going to be clashing on this one, brother. I'm okay with a 37-year-old Movzar. A 37-year-old Volk fighting Movzar. I am. I don't mind that one at all, dude. No, I mean, how hilarious would it be if he fought Islam for no reason? Oh, right. Yeah, no, that would be not good. He would get his head bloody kicked in, mate. How many dogs did you put down in your life? Me, I ain't put down any dogs in my life. I'm not a savage animal like Bryce Mitchell. To stop myself from gooning, I put on a cock ring around my balls, and now it's like the urge is gone. Okay, what is the story behind the glizzy? Kenny is retarded. That is about it. Okay, we're going to skip all the glizzy stuff. I'm not doing that. The glizzy stuff is dead, so I'm never saying the word glizzy again. We're going to get into the point of today's stream. And the point of today's stream, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Nacho? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you here. How are you, dude? I hope you had a good day today. All right, the point of today's stream, gentlemen, is we are moving Volk up the list, boys. We are moving Volk up the list of the GOATs. He is going up the list of the GOATs into the top 10. Currently, he is ranked 12th on my GOAT list. We're moving it up. What's up, Paul? Good to see you, brother. And make sure you like the stream, guys, while you're here. Please give the stream a like. All right, to stop myself, yeah, we did that one. What is the story behind the Glizzy? Kenny's retarded. If Dougie was a dog, he'd be a Great Dane because he has massive balls. Okay, thank you, Kenny. Did you see the Guru's reaction to Bryce's loss? It made me cackle. I did see Guru's reaction to Bryce's loss, TY. Yeah, do you want to watch it together on the stream, or was the fact that you saw it enough? I did see it, dude. It was bloody hilarious, man. Volk whoops that nonce Mobza easier than he did Diego. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. When Bryce is talking about dogs, he was talking about coyotes. I know. He was talking about wild dogs. I mean, we have them in Victoria. We have wild dogs that go from campsite to campsite. They're a bloody menace to the camping community out there. So, yeah, Boop, that's a thing, dude. Did someone... No, not saying it again. What's up, Paul? How you been? But what's the glizzy stuff, mate? Ben, I don't know. I sincerely don't know. Kenny just started saying it one day and he hasn't stopped. Volk number 3 behind Andy and Alex. Behind Andy. Behind Alex Pereira. What are you talking about? Alex Pereira doesn't go anywhere near there, man. A good Christian man just bullied and submitted a boring nut hugger and Guru's crying about it. Yeah, that's classic Guru. Show Guru's reaction to round 2. The cope is great. Shall we do Guru's reaction? Yes, I agree. There is good Volk, maybe even the second. Let's watch. I did not. Okay, let me set up the Guru's reaction. Let me set. What would Ilya need to do to be in the top 5 of the GOATs? Move back down to featherweight, defend a few more times, or go on like a 5-fight defense streak. At lightweight, yeah. A couple of fight defense streak at lightweight. What's up, Tim? Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, dude. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. That's a lot of gifted memberships. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you for doing that. You're a good man, Tim. Thank you very much, brother. That's a lot of memberships. Thanks for the gifted. What's up, lads? All jerk off to Alexa Grasso's feet together. Nice one. Okay, Silver isn't a good Christian man. Let me just punch through some of these comments because I feel like I missed some. Guru took Bryce's loss way better than I was expecting. Yeah, he did. He did. I'm saying for us to watch the Guru reaction. Yeah, I really don't see how Mobza beats Volk. He doesn't hold a candle to him in the striking. So unless we're saying he's significantly better wrestler grappler than Islam, he's got nothing for Volk. No, I agree, Larry. Like, Mobza is going to lose to Alexander Volkanovski. Okay, cool. So we are going to... Let me get ready then. Legend Tim, thank you so much. So many memberships given. Yeah, Tim, thank you so much, dude. Sorry, I'm trying to get the Guru reaction thing ready. Thank you very much, Tim. 10 memberships, that's a lot of money, dude. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. You know I appreciate it. You've supported the channel for a very long time. Thank you, dude. Thank you sincerely. Thank you. Let us go to the MMA Guru and see his reaction. Now, chat, just stop talking for a second. Just 1 second. Let me set up this for a second. Please make the list for... It won't take long to do the Guru reaction, so that's okay. Let me read some chats. Thank you, Tim, again, for the 10 gifted memberships. That's a lot of money, man. I want to see you make the list, bro. Please, no reaction. Dude, the reaction will take 10 minutes. It won't take long. Thanks for the gifted. What's up, lads? Let's all jerk off to Alexa Grasso's feet together. Let's not, Yog. Good to see you, Yog. I hope you're well, man. The list will take long enough. I don't want to hear Guru. It won't take long, dude. It won't take long to hear Guru whining. So many members given. It is good, Legend Tim. Speaking of dogs, there has been a big wave of attacks lately in my area. Yeah, that's what, like, people that can't afford to look after their dogs, just let them go wild. And on the camping apps in Victoria, there's a lot of people complaining about wild dogs. Mobza will rock Volk at some point in the fight. He might rock him, but I think if you can handle a Diego Lopez punch, you can handle a Mobza Evloev punch. I think that's fair. Hey, look at that. I get our guy Thor a membership too. Nice one, Timmy. We'll do the list, Ben. I promise. I will do the list. The Lord works a mysterious way, brother. What a guy. What a chat member. I said, wow, what a guy. Goat list, Darren Elkins, Steve Ersick, Slenderman, Bryson. Absolutely not. What's up, JVD? How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. I had a really... How are you, JVD? I hope you're good, dude. Poor featherweight division. True, man. I had a really nice dog and I let him go in Victoria. I hope he's all good life right now. Guru is a fat goblin, but I respect him for supporting Bryce when so many people were trashing him for no reason, I assume. And you meant instead of KO reason. No, I agree, dude. I agree. So, we got Guru. Let me... Studio mode. Let me full screen. What are we going to do? We'll do this screen here. Properties. Fight companion. That's it. We got fight companion. Not just the fight companion, but turn off my stupid background music because I need music to help my brain read good. And where is the comments? Open the panel. Where are the comments? Oh, here are the comments. Go down to Bryce Mitchell. All right, cool. Let us do this together, chat. And transitioning. We'll look at Guru's reaction to the Bryce Mitchell fight. Did you see Ariel's tweet? How is that not hate speech? Yeah, well, you know, when they do it, it's not hate speech. You know what I mean? I saw a police officer warning someone in England today that if you ask someone whether or not they speak English, that is hate speech. So, you know, it only counts when one side does it. Dougie's farming you for content. I'm absolutely not farming Kenny for content. Do not put that in his brain. Slenderman wants the Atom Division to fight it. Dude, the Slenderman jokes are so good. Just watch Mobzar versus Arnold Allen. I think Volk will probably school him. Volk will school Mobzar Evloev. Easily, dude. Easily, mate. Ugh, that's disgusting. Yeah, he will school him. Easily, mate. Lopez looked uncomfortable when Volk was squeezing him in the clinch. Rugby strength. Lopez looked on. Yeah, dude, that rugby takedown is everything, man. Slenderman's first UFC atomweight champ. Slenderman. He feels so sorry for Woodson, man. Aljo made Mobzar look bad on the feet. Only reason Mobzar had success in striking other opponents for fearing the takedowns. Volk shouldn't be worried other than that. He can still make a mistake and get caught once, but he's got it. No, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think Alexander Volkanovski is going to be scared of Mobzar Evloev's takedowns. I really don't. Like, he's been in there with Islam Makhachev. He's not scared of Mobzar Evloev's takedowns. Lucas Tracy just dropped his new GOAT list. He's got Volk as the GOAT of MMA. Two, Paddy, then Yair, then Yatsa. Of course. That's a classic Lucas Tracy pre-UFC 314 tier list. Of course, man. Atomweight title run incoming from the first public interspecies creature. Stop, poor Sean Woodson. Oh, poor Sean Woodson. Dougie, where would you put a chicken pot pie on the meat pie tier? A chicken pot pie? Down the bottom somewhere. I prefer a good greasy, like, beef pie. Anyone that picks Mobzar as a contrarian or a retard, because I don't believe Mobzar has any actual... Yeah, you're just a Volk hater. Evloev had no power. Lucas is wrong. Evloev has no power. Lucas is wrong. Yeah, Lucas is wrong. But Lucas doesn't watch MMA anymore. He just comes up with memes and then sells them on a t-shirt. Which, you know, I'm going to sell things on a t-shirt. I get it. But he doesn't watch MMA anymore. Okay, so we're in the second round now of the Bryce Mitchell fight. There's about 3 minutes left on the clock. Let us have a look at Guru's rage. Let's have a look. Desktop audio is on, and we're away.
He's got this low kick on the break. Bryce slowing down a bit. Come on, Bryce, brother. Still on him. He's on the clinch. Gene shucks him off. Good knee from Bryce. Lesion him. Gene can't keep this pace. Come on. Lunges in. Kicks the face. Just up. Low kicks there again from the single leg. Rolls him over. Tight choke from Gene. Bryce is trying to roll out. Very tight tapped. No! You heathen! You dirty heathen! You fucking IDF shill!
Oh,
fuck! Christ. You lame ass bitch, man. You fucking goy. Fuck this bitch. Good fucking win, you goy. You good little goy, dude. Bryce preaching too much and not training. He did well, man, but he got caught in a fucking front choke. Good for him. Good for Gene, a good little
Jesus,
fucking boy bitch. Fucking pussy on his Instagram before the fight. Great win from Gene.
Calm the fuck down. Guru, calm the fuck down. Dude.
They're going to be insufferable online.
They have been. He's called it.
They're going to be insufferable.
Guru, you need to calm the fuck down, dude. Dude, I could not do that. Like, we live in an apartment block where the balconies all sort of curve around so they can face the beach. So they all face the beach at the back. You could not do that.
From Gene Silver.
I could not start screaming at the top of my lungs. What are you screaming? My neighbors would just be like, what? What are you doing? My neighbors will just be like, get him! Get him, he's up there! Victorian police, get him! Fucking get him, he's up there! Oh my god! Okay, let me read some chats. Let me catch up. Oh my god. Man, we were terrified for Brian. We were, dude. We were. But, he did well, dude. Do a poll on if the UFC should get rid of Rogan from the commentary. Dude was beyond trash this way. That was Rogan's worst call ever, Nacho. That was horrible. That was horrible, wasn't it? Yeah, Rogan, time to go. Yeah, or nah, he's good for the casuals. That was a horrible call from Rogan. He was just dog shit, man. He was just dog. What's up, Jesus? Jesus, good to see you, dude. He was horrible. Can't wait for this shit. I'll go on an insane victory lap after we head kick old man. Mobzarvloyev is not head kicking Volk anywhere, Toad. I'm sorry, dude. Dude, like a week or two ago, you'd never even heard of a chicken pot pie. Did you have Jamie make you one since then? No. No. Did I not hear of one? Am I just picturing what I would imagine a chicken pot pie to be? In a pot, chicken with crust on top. That's what I'm picturing, and it doesn't seem very good. Yair doesn't deserve another title shot. Make Yair versus Lopez. Yair doesn't deserve another title shot. Make Yair versus Lopez. Yeah, absolutely. Simply kudos. And good to see you, dude. I hope you're doing well. A respectable crash out. His crash outs are a joy to watch. It's insane. Movza's threats are not hectic enough to change how Volk would like to fight. Volk will be able to fight how he wants to, which means it will be one of the most favorable matchups style-wise. I completely agree with that, dude. I completely agree with that. I think it's going to be a great matchup for Alexander Volkanovski. Dude, that is so much, man. I could not be screaming that from my balcony. Oh my god, the trashing on Bryce online has been crazy. Yeah, of course, man, but that's what's going to happen. They're just bitches, dude. They're just bitches, man. It is what it is. They're just bitches. I believe it's all bot. It's not bot. Choo-wee-wee. What's up, dude? How are you, man? Good to see you, brother. The passion is real. What's up, Cage? How are you, man? Assalamu alaikum, brother. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm surprised the UK government hasn't busted down on Guru's door. Me too, dude. Genuinely, me too, man. Chicken pot pie is the bee's knees, Kenny. And a bit of the pot is a fantastic. What are you talking about, mate? The crazy thing is Rogan's role and input in the community has turned into a modern era Goldie. Yeah! He has become Goldie, hasn't he? Just saying things that we all know aren't true, and he's just sort of there for the casuals. Yeah, like I said, or someone who controls the stance to make themselves smell. Like I said, or someone who takes a certain stance to make themselves feel smart. Chicken pot pie. Oh, are you talking about Mobzar here? Are you still talking about chicken pot pies or Mobzar, Larry? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Are you ready for Zuck, Alien Goblin Freak UFC rankings? The Zuck, Zuck's Goblin Freak UFC rankings in a few days. Yeah, Boob, did you also... What's up, babe? What's up, brother? How are you, man? Boob, did you also notice that we're not using Twitter anymore in the UFC? Everything's threads. Did everyone notice that about the pay-per-view over the weekend? All the reactions had changed from tweets to threads. I think they're just waiting for Guru to say something like Volk has, then they'll take, once he drops the big one. Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. Chicken pot pie is god tier comfort food. No, I disagree. Larry, take out the AK in your name, and Larry, since you're Dougie's agent, him is the best mod in the business, are paying no attention, you need to organize the comment of the week prize it. Yes. I keep forgetting to tell Gillies he'll pay half. Okay. I needed a chicken pot pie, so hey, if you need it and you're lusting for it, go get it, dude. What's up, Dig? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well, man. I love how we're all so fried in this chat, it's hard for us to fathom people hating on Bright. I know, dude. I know. We're all just like, how could you hate Bryce Mitchell? Are you in top chat? I'm in live chat. That is not at all an accurate description of a chicken pot pie. Fair enough then. I retract my statements on the chicken pot pie. Missing comments? You're so sorry, dude. I'm trying to keep up. The chat was moving rather quickly. If I just missed your comments, please say them again. I apologize. Rogan is awful now. Get this old, bald casual out. Same with Dana. I agree, dude. So, I mean, we got to do the tier list. We have to inaugurate Volk into the top 5, into the top 10. We need to get Volk into the top 10. But I've also got to talk to you guys about... What's up, Bilal? Good to see you, man. I've also got to talk to you guys about Dana White's post-fight press conference. There is literally no point in him being there. No point in him being there. His answer to everything is, I don't know. That is his answer to everything. It is fucking pointless him being there. Why did they stop using Twitter? Because Dana White is now a CEO, Dana White is now a board member of Meta. So now they use Zuckerberg's Threads app instead of Twitter. What's up, Simply Kudos? How are you, brother? I hope you're doing good, man. Dougie, we should join Guru and Bryce's fishing trip. I would love to, mate. I'd absolutely love to. Buddy hasn't even had a chicken pot pie and disagrees that it's not a top tier comfort food. I mean, all right, fair enough. You got me there, Chris. But how could I say that it is a top tier comfort food if I've never had it? Then I would just be glazing it for no reason. So we can't be doing that. What I like about Volk's takedown on Lopez was that when he couldn't get it initially, he was racking up points through the collar tie and dirty boxing. That's what fighters should be doing. The takedown, I assume you're going to finish that later, Cage. You better be sorry. I am sorry, mate. I'm absolutely sorry. What's up, 305 Chunks? What's up, Blue Line Arrows, everybody? Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. Help us get to 500 subs, 5,000 subscribers, so someone can win the box. Did you see Dana hint there might be drastically less UFC events after the next media rights deal? He did, and I don't believe him at all, boob. What's the question? I don't know. Tuesday. Gotta hit this pot before I eat the pie. Nice one, dude. What's up, 305 Chunks? I hope you're good. People say Chandler has 1 foot out the door. I think Dana has 1 foot out the... Dude, Dana's gone, dude. Dana is gone. Dana is checked out so bad now. Rogan doesn't realize he's checked himself out as well. Yeah, they're just casuals, man. So this is something that Larry... I thought of Larry when you could put 4 different options on a poll, Larry. I thought of Larry while I was listening to the post-fight press conference yesterday. Dana, what? He got asked about the women's fight, and Larry was like, it's a pretty important fight to the division. It's pretty much a number 1 title eliminator. And I was like, I don't care, Larry. I don't watch WMMA. But Dana got asked about the women's fight and whether or not whoever had won, if she had done enough to fight next for the title. And Dana literally goes, that is the last thing on my mind right now. It's a number 1 contenders fight in your company. It's the last thing. You couldn't give a fuck? Like, I don't have to give a fuck. I'm a fuckwit. But you are the CEO and president of the company. You don't give a fuck about a number 1 contenders fight? I don't understand what we're doing here. Can't believe people are demanding unsubstantiated pot pie. I know, it is, right? Unbelievable. What's up, Frankie? Good to see you, dude. How are you, brother? I know, man. So happy. It's good to see, man. It's good to see, dude. I hope you're doing well, Frankie. I hope you're enjoying your trip across Southeast Asia. You absolute heathen of a thing. Lopez takes unnecessary damage. He does, woeful. I don't think Guru will go fishing with Bryce anymore. He's now unranked and honestly might get cut in the sport where all that matters is winning. I think Guru is the type of guy that probably would still go, just to support him. I mean, because, Guru sends me raids and all that kind of shit and messages us, and he doesn't have to do any of that. He could just sit there on all of his money and not try and grow the MMA YouTube community. So, deep down, he is a nice guy. Dana, who? What? I want more UFC events, not less. Casuals don't know how miserable it was having 1 U event a month. What do you freaks want? I don't care because I'm just going to fill the void with 1FC and BKFC. So I really don't care. So glad, Frankie. And Nacho, can you please drop Frankie's link in the stream? Thanks, brother. Nacho, you watch your mouth, buddy. Nobody disses a glorious chicken pot pie. I'm okay with Dana checking it. I'm okay with Dana chucking it on the WMMA. Yeah, but he shouldn't. He shouldn't. Only Mick and Shelby care. Dana picking up Trushin, but oh my god. Dana calling himself a promoter is an actual meme. Can't even get 2 heavyweight champs to fight each other. Notice he never even mentions Tom's names in the interviews either. No, because he was angling for Alex Pereira. Instead. Dana says he's going to keep doing the UFC thing till he dies. Well, he's not doing this while living at this. No, Dana is not going to be doing the UFC thing next year. I'm telling you, he's not doing it next year. Chris, I got a word from Big Ben. He said, shut down the pot pie talk. All right. Dana has probably another 5 years max. I wonder who would replace that pink bastard. Dude, he's got 1 year, simply kudos, I reckon. I don't know. I hope it's Hunter Campbell. in the back end and Chael Sonnen in the front end. You might get Dougie Nash before we capture... Okay, all right. Frankie the baddie, mate. He's good to see. Guru doesn't leave his house. He does. Obviously, he does. No, don't associate with the baddie. Okay, fair. Bryce's main problem is... Where are we at? Thank you. Appreciate you, Nacho. Bryce's main problem is that he is a farmer, not an athlete. He's got a soy physique, and he needs to hit the gym and hop on the roids. I mean, he definitely needs to hit the gym. His physique is not that of a combat sports athlete. Fish and chips. Now, fish and chip talk we can get around, brother. Fish and chip talk we can get around. Dana is just based. Yeah, he's like, why would I give a fuck about the WMMA? But honestly, seeing Chandler get smashed like that made the GOAT card for me. Dude, I was listening to you and Giuliano Ahente this morning. The way that you were just so happy about Michael Chandler getting his fucking head smashed in was making me laugh at the gym so much, man. I'm working out just like giggling to myself as you're just absolutely abusing the shit out of Michael Chandler. And the Bryce and this chat thing is another indicator of one reason I'm still here. Nacho and 2 smelly comments in the last 2 weeks. They gave me more entertainment than anything this month, besides the 5th round of Volk fight I saw yesterday. P.S. Frankie base stream this morning, bro. I was up early and laughing away. There we go. We were both laughing through. Yeah, it was so good, man. The stream this morning, Frankie, was great. Chippies. Silly Chris, no. If you think the UFC goes to Netflix and we will see less events, stay with where. I think if they go to Netflix, we will see the exact same. I think we're going to see the exact same amount of events. And just for context, he says it depends what the channels want, what the TV channels want, what the streamers want. In 2016, when we were on Fox Sports, we had 42 events. Last year, we had 43, 45 events. They do about 40 to 47 events. They've done that since essentially, the tens, 2010 onwards. The way they have been making filler Apex cards, they would likely benefit from one less card per month and up the quality of the 3 remaining. I completely agree with you, Paul, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. Sean Strickland might replace Dana. No, Johnny, no. Get on Frankie's channel, you sausages. Get in there. Best mod in the business he is. Who are you picking between Zhang and Verna? Don't watch WMMA. Don't care. Get it, Nacho is livid that our other dickhead Dougie sneaked us. No. Ref stopping that fight early. Chandler had Paddy gassed in extreme danger. Yeah, the ref should have let it go on, mate. Should have let it go on. Chandler deserves more. The 2010s? You mean the 2020s? No, I mean the 2010s. Like, they started doing a lot. They started doing more than 40 events around the 2010s, Ben. It was very clear that Jan was just a genetically superior man in there. He just shucked him off and sprang at a while not caring about the strikes coming his way. Yeah, and it's weird, dude. How do the fighting nerds have that vibe where they just know they're going to knock you out at some point, so they just seem to play? Big Ben is going to put Dougie on a shirt and we're going to sell it. We might make a Big Ben shirt. Sunday streams, they're so good, mate. They're so good, Frankie. Jan Silva was clearly denser than Brad. He's density maxing. Dougie's always taking shots at Chris. Never. When will you pull up, though, Doug? Never, mate. I'm never going to pull up. I'm going to let you guys do your thing. Over in Southeast Asia? You never know, mate. 365 cards a year. Exactly. 1 card a day. That's what we need. Michael Chandler doesn't deserve the physical attributes he has. His skills are dog shit. Those physical attributes deserve to go to somebody like Bryce. True. Absolutely true. And Bryce's mind. They might do 2 shows a week on Netflix, Friday and Saturday night. I mean, I'd believe that over then less shows. You got to remember, guys, Netflix, Amazon Prime, ESPN Plus, these are content machines that need to feed new content to their monthly subscription base. Someone who is trying to make, and that's why I keep telling you guys, the UFC is no longer a promotion company, it is a production company. And someone that needs to come up with new content every single month to fulfill their subscriber base is not going to go to the UFC and say, hey, give us less. That is not happening. That is a classic Dana White bullshit answer. I wonder if Bryce prayed his imaginary friend after the fight. You mean God, digger? You mean God? Frankie, you need to go through Larry to get to Doug's. You need to go through Larry. That's Doug's agent. All right. Where are we at? I am just disgusted with Dana's sexism and with yours, but I think you're reaching a bit with your interpretation there. It wasn't really an official number 1 contender fight. It was a, if this fighter wins, they're an undoubtable fight, and he pretty much replies the same way, even at a time like that. No, dude, did you listen to it, Larry? This one was definitely like, Dana took about as much care in the WMMA fight as I did. It felt like, Larry. It truly felt like that. This is getting unacceptable with the disses on my name, Dougie. We might have to tussle down next time I'm down under. When we go to that DJ Aiden concert, anytime you want to scrap, Chris, I'll meet you there, brother. We'll even go to a proper gym so we don't hurt each other. Chris is always taking shots at Dougie. That's all he does. Grasso's Feet shirt would give you an idea if you were degenerate you'd pretend to be. Maybe I'll do an Alexa Grasso's Feet t-shirt. We'll never know. I got to look at Etsy first and see how we go. What's up, Fight Talk Sports? How are you, dude? What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, man. How are we? Connor is that high up because of what he did for the culture. Give me Wednesday and Saturday every week. 2 cards a week. Yes. Dougie and Ian's Corner Golden Gay Time shirt. I mean, I am thinking of a t-shirt that has Dougie's Corner. It's a gay time. I absolutely am. Oy, I know people are hyping up Paddy right now, but all Chandler was a physical attributes, and now that that's gone, he's getting dominated by everyone. Fress, Yol, Klein would do him worse than Paddy. I completely agree, Toad. That's what I said on today's recap. Michael Chandler is fucked. He has got nowhere to go. I completely agree. And you called this perfectly, Toad. I meant to give you a shout out in today's video. You have called the reaction to Paddy Pimblett winning fucking perfectly. Nacho says you skipped my t-shirt comment. Sorry, Nacho. May I suggest a Big Ben licking Alexa Grasso's feet shirt? 2 worlds colliding. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, usually a small gym who grow their own talents all fight the same or similar, like Khabib's team. Yeah, are you talking about the fighting nerds there? Simply OTMO, thank you for the 1 gifted membership, brother. And Hap Chandler, who is an OG listener but hasn't been listening for a very long time. Got it. Good on ya. Yeah, I guess you're talking about the fighting nerds. I don't know what makes them so competent. It's confident. It's crazy. UFC is a mainstream product that wanted a worldwide appeal. They have that now, been hamstrung for the real ones. No, and Frankie, I think that's why we shift our attention to the BKFC, dude. I think that's what we do, man. I think we go and shift our attention to the BKFC a little bit. I want to start sprinkling in some BKFC content. Timmy, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are being so generous today. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you guys so much. We might go a little bit longer today with all the donos. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll go a little bit overtime today. Brilliant idea, Nacho. You're getting a promotion and taking Ian's spot in Dougie's corner. Now stop it. Skip my t-shirt comment. We did that one. Who would you pick between Paddy and Armin? Armin. Although Paddy's big, dude. Paddy is big. You better start training now, bud, because I'm going to put you down like many dogs in my life, and they all squeal at the end. For the culture, not just who's the best MMA fighter. With that logic, Royce Gracie should be number 1. Yeah, I get what you mean. In my top 50 list, Royce Gracie is there, Kyle. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, that's more of like a Mount Rushmore conversation. I think it's a little bit of a mix. Like, Conor McGregor deserves to be there because of what he's done, but also prime Conor McGregor was damn good. Now, if it was just skill set alone, I don't know if I would even have prime Conor McGregor in the top 30. I might have him in front of Dustin Poirier and Tyron Woodley and Leon Edwards. We got to get Leon Edwards out of there. Yeah, I get what you're saying, man, but it's a bit of a mix, you know what I mean? It's a little bit of a... bit of for the culture, a bit of for the skill, a bit of the accolades, like being the first one to win two belts, you know? You know what I mean, Kyle? There's a little bit of a mad sort of a scientist mix when it comes to putting together the top 30 MMA fighters of all time. Hap's got a new sister. Hap has got a new sister. Big Ben better never touch Alexa Grasso's feet. Why, Yog? Are they all yours? You talk about the feet and the goat Yog will appear. He does, dude. Every single time. Paul, OTMO, I see you guys. I'm catching up. Dana never wanted Alex and John to fight. Dana wants Tom to knock John out and take his place, but John is a weird-ass bitch, so Dana has to do stupid shit to keep him happy and get him to take the fight. Dude, I think Dana White just needs to tell John Jones to fuck off, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, he wants Tom to take all of that hype, and John's doing everything he can to steal it. Tim just pulled his fat cock out and gifted me 10 more times. He did. Tim just... Don't start a fucking war between the gifting. Tim's been gifting for a long time. Tim, I appreciate it, but I appreciate you, OTMO. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you. I win, this corner wins, them the rules. No, I appreciate you, Tim. Thank you very much. Tim and OTMO for the win. Absolutely, mate. Despite how amazing Paddy looked against Chandler, I still think Islam will make Paddy look like Moicano on the ground, getting people to gasp, seeing Islam Sumb another black belt. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't put Paddy up against... The reason I want to see... This is what I think, Cameron. The reason I want to see Paddy Pimblett versus... Kyle, I'll get to you for a second, man. I see you. the reason I want to put Paddy Pimblett against Charles Oliveira is because I think that truly tests Paddy Pimblett, and that's where we see the Paddy train come to a halt, a screeching halt. So that's where I'd like to see him go. Paul, if you make the Big Ben and Grasso feet shirt, I'll send you some nudes, Dougie. So, no. Paddy isn't a great wrestler. He never took down Chandler. He only got slammed down in reverse position because Chandler's a retard. Yeah, Paddy can't wrestle. He can judo toss. That's about it. If you do that, I'll buy 30 of them. No. We'll change that. No. And if Paddy can't take down the top guys, I don't see how he wins because he can't box. No, I don't see Paddy ever becoming a champ. I think we're getting to the point of Paddy's end of the career, and now it looks like I've caught up, which is great. So we can now start talking about, boys, where do we put Volk? Where do we put Volk in the top 30? Where do we put Volk in the top 5? I'm putting him in the let me say all of this again. Where do we put Volk in the top 10? I am moving him from number 12 into the top 10. Kyle says, I hear you. I just fear with these for the culture and the first to ever do it criteria will lead to the old gen never being passed or it taking an extra unreasonable effort to pass them up. I hear you. I just fear with the for the culture and for the first to ever do it criteria, it'll lead to the old gen never being passed. No, I get you, dude, but I think as long as there's a conversation about it, people will rise to the top. Like already right now in my top 10, right? You have got Islam Makhachev as number 5. Conor McGregor, you've got Alexander Volkanovski right here, Usman right here, and we're going to be moving Alexander Volkanovski up. We're moving Alexander Volkanovski up. So I think people can do it. People absolutely can do it. It does take a phenomenal effort, but it should take a phenomenal effort. I mean, we're talking about the greatest of all time. You know, I'm not going to try and be a fucking Lucas Tracy here. And just because every single time there is a new pay-per-view, we move somebody up the GOAT list. I think it should be incredibly hard to do to move somebody up the GOAT list. So, there you go, Chuck Liddell. Well done, mate. You just made it to number 20. Good stuff, Chuck Liddell. I'm proud of you, brother. Chuck Liddell. Okay, there we go. So both Barley and I would put Volk over Usman. Yes, Volk is going in there now. You skipped my comment starting with the word also. Shit, sorry, Larry. Sorry, dude. It's been lost in the fucking... Sorry, brother. I don't mean to. Sorry, man. Where am I? Where were you? Where was I up to? Shit. Now I'm all fucking lost. You skipped my word. Sorry, Larry. Right. I thought you may be interested, Paul. Okay, I'm serious too. Paddy got submitted by a anaconda choke, which is a sister choke to the Das. We know what Islam loves in terms of choke. He does love that over-the-top choke, dude. That's his favorite one, man. He threw it on Mighty Mouse like twice in a row. Volk behind Big Ben and Jake Ellenberger? Absolutely not. Volk is number 1. Volk is very close. Very close. Paddy got better, but he still has the vulnerability like how Moicano got better, but he still has gotten subbed before. Yeah, Paddy has gotten better, absolutely. Now, has Paddy gotten to the top 3 of the lightweight division? I do not think so. And although people want to write off Charles Oliveira, I do not want to write off Charles Oliveira. I don't think Paddy gets past Charles Oliveira. Nacho, I'm trusting you took them as well, man of culture. Nice photo. No, there's no nude photos. Paul, sorry I meant you above. I'll seriously buy them. There are no new nude photos. Volk is taking Jose Aldo's spot very soon. I don't know about right now though. So we reckon 6. You reckon 6? Volk over Jose. So you reckon in the top 5 just behind Islam Makhachev. Paul, I can assure you I'm a man of great class, sophistication and culture. When I fap to Doug, I wear a monocle. What is going on? Volk gets the belt and Doug thinks he can start skipping comments. I'm reading all of your comments. You were talking about fucking jacking off to nudes of me in the Discord. It's fun. What's good, Skynet? Just run away, Skynet. Skynet, I wish I never infected your poor mind with this culture. How many more title wins before you put Pantoja on that list? Holy shit, Pantoja isn't even in the top 30. Thank you, Johnny. You are, for once, the voice of reason. We got to get Pantoja in here as well. Volk would be ashamed of you. Volk would be ashamed of you, Chris, lurking for nudes. Nacho with a monocle? Okay. No Golden Gate time for the main event to celebrate the Great Aussie winning the belt back. We had a whiskey on the stream. Volk over Aldo. I think Volk goes over Aldo. Larry, go up and read the comment. I feel we got to keep the same criteria for everyone. Keep it simple. Who did you beat? How did you beat them? For context surrounding the win, where did you have Frank Shamrock when he beat the likes of Tito? Very good point. Very, very good point. People have to understand Chandler. We will lose to literally everybody at this point. Doyce, Meccano, and BSD. Yeah, Chandler will lose to fucking everybody. Any golf fans in here? No one watches golf in here, Blue Line. I don't think so. Gamrot's place would give him problems. Gamrot will give him problems. Yeah, Gamrot will give Paddy problems. And notice they will keep Paddy well away from Gamrot. Dougie, I'm still waiting for those close-up groups, but no. Dougie, we're sorry, but I know you're not. Paddy did take Chandler down. Got the body lock and slammed him pretty hard after Chandler had tried doing the same to him twice. Not doing nearly as well. Okay. Volk goes over Aldo. Volk can't go past Islam Makhachev. Does Islam go past Anderson and Silva? Does Islam go past Anderson and Silva? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does Islam go past Anderson Silva? Is it about how well you maintain your legacy as well? Because I am moving Leon Edwards down off the GOAT list. Leon Edwards is moving off the GOAT list. He's out of here. Sorry, Leon. You have not maintained your legacy well at all. Alright, this is why we have polls. This is why we do polls. This is why we bring the polls up. This is why we do polls. Let me read everybody's chats. Dougie, we're sorry, we're not sorry. Paddy did take Chandler down. Okay, you should have one on April 20. You should have one on the April 26th card. What's the April 26th card, Chris? Volk was over Aldo before he was. Yeah, I should have asked DC and Gaethje about this. Okay, blue line. Paddy mauls Scamrot. No, he doesn't. Scamrot takes Paddy down. And although Scamrot couldn't take down Gaethje. Nacho, I think an emoji of you with a monocle would be essential membership. A Nacho with a monocle would be a great emoji. Nacho, all you need to do is be vehemently abusive and crass, and it's spot on. We can tell from your comments, Nacho. It's indeed true. Your comment on Discord this morning was class. It was class. All the way up, not showing anymore. Islam versus Silva is a hard call to make, isn't it, dude? It's a hard call to make. I think Islam over Anderson, and if he beats Ilya, if that happens, probably over Volk, sadly. Well, I've said if Islam Makhachev is 2 wins away from being the greatest of all time. I miss Kenny memes on Dougie's fauna. Islam hasn't ran through his division yet. He only did the old guard, so Anderson Silva should still be above him. That's fair. Put it into a poll. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I can't defend Leon anymore, and it hurt. No, Leon can't be in the top 30 anymore. Him and Justin Trudeau went hard that year. Volk. Paddy has solid judo, but it's very hard to impose those kind of takedowns. Hasn't been able to rewatch the fight yet, but I think that takedown was after Chandler got fucked up with ground and pound and gas bat. I watched it back last night. I don't remember the moment that Larry is talking about. Golf isn't a sport and it's an activity. If you can reach the highest level of so-called sport without doing a single second of physical training and drink soda like John Daly, it is absolutely not a sport. Absolutely, Kyle. Golf is a reason to go for a nice walk with your mates. Leon just said, look at me now. Yeah, that is all he did. What's cheating Islam, who is number 1 with Volk? Just the midget fetish alone puts him lower than Volk. We have to put Islam Makhachev up there. Islam needs more. Yeah, it definitely is. I almost crashed a big golf parlay today, but Shane Lowry, whoever that is, ruined it, apparently. I love that you're doing sports betting on sports you don't even watch. It's Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates, and it's my 23rd birthday. I will have a Golden Gay time for Ian Gary versus Carlos Prates, just for you, because it's your birthday, man. What has Aldo done to put him over Volk? How much do you rate his bantamweight run? I rate it very highly, especially considering all the work that he did before he even got into the UFC, and how Aldo has been able to stay very competitive so late into his career, even coming back. Now, he hasn't gotten wins because he's had very bad stylistic matchups, but he's been able to be competitive when it's been at the feet. I think Aldo's longevity and his success has been really, really impressive. Really, really impressive. He's one of those guys that, to me, has maintained his legacy very, very well. Very well. Ilya versus Paddy. Who wins? Paddy, I think. I think just the size alone, dude. Money is great, but it doesn't mean it's a sport. Yeah, I mean, you can get paid a lot of money for a lot of things that aren't sports. Paddy's grappling is way better than Hooker's, and Hooker handled Scamrock. Paddy cooks it. But that's not a bad argument, Nacho. Okay. Islam Makhachev is coming in higher than Anderson Silva by a whopping margin, which means the new official top 5 GOAT list of MMA sorry, Tito. Sorry, Chuck. The new official top 5 GOAT list of MMA is... Everyone gets moved down 1. Everyone gets moved down 1. Nunes can go here. She's out of the top 10. Anderson can go down there. Yeah, there you have your new official GOAT list of MMA. Ilya versus Volk, who wins? Nacho, likewise, especially with the 2 comments in the last 2 weeks. I can see everybody. Money's great, but that doesn't mean it's a sport, Paddy. But Paddy is very good on the ground, but unfortunately for Paddy in the lightweight division, they're all very good on the ground, but it's not enough the top ones like Ahmed and Islam are elite. Yeah, being good on the ground is not good when you're like, you've got to compete against Charles Oliveira, Arman Sarukian, and Islam Makhachev. JT O'Neil, what's up, brother? Thank you for the $2, man. That's how you skip the queue, boys. Donos get you to skip the queue. Thank you, JT O'Neil. Appreciate you, mate. We have just inducted Alexander Volkanovski into the top 5 greatest fighters of all time, dude. They still get paid more than the fighters. They do. They do, poor bastards. Dan Hooker versus Paddy would be good. Dan Hooker versus Paddy would be really good, Johnny. I like that one a lot, man. Plus, put Jones in 6-10. He's got the most drug busts and eye pokes. He is a great fighter, no doubt, but this cheating history doesn't allow him to be in the GOAT contingency. Put him in place of Volk. I would like to put John Jones lower, but the problem, Skynet, we have when we do the GOAT list is when you start docking people for drug accusations, you start docking everybody. Like Islam Makhachev has had drug accusations. He's failed a drug test. Sean O'Malley's failed a drug test. So many of these fighters have failed. DC has had weird testosterone levels. So many fighters have failed drug tests that you would actually ruin the entire GOAT list if you just went after them just for that. Islam beat Charles and Volk, which is good, but he also went to war with an almost retired Dustin. Yeah, so I've made a video about Islam needs 2 more wins to be the GOAT, and they are essentially an Arman Sarukian or an Ilya Topuria, and then move up to welterweight. Silva dominated most of his fights and styled on them. He did, OTMO, he really did. Average age of chat has got to be 16. It does, Nacho. It does. With the glizzy talk, yes. I promise Blueprint and I aren't related. Oh, dude. Blueprint has been on a whole other one. He's literally been messaging all fucking night long. Gamrot would outstrike Paddy and be able to take him down at will, even though he probably shouldn't until the end of the round. Gamrot would be able to outstrike Paddy and be able to take him down at will, even though he probably shouldn't until the end of the rounds. I don't know if Gamrot would be able to outstrike Paddy, Toad. You reckon? Classy of Volk to say that he's not the GOAT. Yeah, very, very classy of it. Very, very classy. I can vouch for Blue Line not being retarded. Yes, we can vouch for Blue Line not being retarded. People barely must have started watching during COVID because how the fuck is Islam over Silva? OTM, now is your chance to put up a good argument to try and change 80% of chat's mind. Put up a good argument. I am open to arguments when it comes to the GOAT conversation. Help me. Help me have a go. Who do you have over Prates versus Gary? Prates smokes him and then smokes another pack of dozens, mate. Pollard, if you had to pick one sport, would it be golf or darts, dude? It's played literally in a pub, Chris. Don't even need to poll that one, brother. It's played in a pub. Another reason Islam goes up there is his win over Volk. True. Perfect lit. Perfection. Happy for Volk, but these McGregor versus Aldo situations never feel good. Happy for Volk, but these McGregor versus Aldo situations never feel good. What do you mean, JVD? What do you mean McGregor versus Aldo? We don't skip the queue. We are the queue. Yeah, true. That is very true. Where is Ilya? Where is Ilya? I mean, we haven't done this in a while, dude. We haven't played with the top 30 of all time list in quite a while. All goats cheat. All the goats cheat. Yep. People say Paddy has great grappling, but that Opa simplifies it. He's got great BJJ and judo, but horrible wrestling. Yes, Toad. That's a perfect way to put it, man. Is Breezy Blueprint? I'm genuinely worried about him. His rants yesterday went over 12 hours on this channel. Yes, so his original name was Blueprint. He is now Breezy. Yeah, he is mentally challenged. So I try and be nice to him, but as you pointed out so succinctly, Paul, after a fucking 8-hour stream, it does get hard to keep my patience with children. So yeah, that's on me. I should be better and be nice to him. I shouldn't rile him up. I didn't get a chance to catch Blueprint in the chat, but I know he's in here. So he's lit, dude. He might have passed out because he was literally in the comments section of my videos all night. When I checked the comments, it has how many hours ago they were posted. All night. He was messaging. Who do you have for Prates versus Gary? We did that one. Blueprint got you a good one this morning. He does. I mean, he's on it. When he's on, he's on. I meant his wins over Volk have aged well because Volk is still putting on a good show and not cook. True. Plumbers, good wins according to the Silver Losers. Plumbers a good win. Right. Yeah. Like, who you were beating back in the day. I mean, that is all JVD. That's sort of Lucas Tracy's argument for the GOAT list, isn't it? Like, who you were beating back in the day. Who were you beating? You were beating people that barely trained. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, dude. You know, I've actually heard of a lot of the best sports bettors out there say that it's almost better you don't watch, at least not as a fan. People who do tend to lose objectivity and bet more with an objective of being right than making money. Yeah, no, that's a good, like, yeah, when you're sports betting, you sort of need to take your emotions out of it. But I assume when you're sports betting, you need to have what's up, Captain Rodolfo? Good to see you, brother. I assume when you're sports betting, you need to have a general idea of the stats, the teams, the players, the flow, right? We need to remember the bad times alongside with the good times for Anderson Silva. Yeah, and that's the conversation, Johnny. Like, does how well you've protected your legacy come into the GOAT conversation? Tapura is a fraud that lost his belt after one title defense. He doesn't belong anywhere near this list. Whoa, Toad. Ilya Tapura knocked out Max Holloway, who is solidified the greatest fighters of all time, and he did it fucking clean and fair. Ilya Tapura definitely deserves to be, if not on this list, then at least the top 30 list. Gregory beats Aldo, moves up. Then Aldo gets the title back. Never a great champ. Never great when the champ isn't there. Right, yeah, like it's not the true champ. But again, like if Ilya Tapura can't make the weight, then he is the real champ, right? He's our new DJ Aiden, but unwanted and not funny. He can be funny sometimes. I mean, if Blueprint was here right now, he'd be saying Hamzat Chimaev is the GOAT. You know, that's just how he is. I think Islam is below Volk. They are one and all. Volk is minus the midget determination. I think Islam is below. I can't put Islam below Volk. He literally beat him twice, Tim. I just can't. DJ Aiden, the reincarnation, is Blueprint. Yeah, he came back as Blueprint. Anderson had 11 title defenses. Islam has 4. But does here's the thing, Nacho, right? And we'll ask the chat this as well. No, let me be fair to Nacho, the best mod in the game. Let me be fair to Nacho and ask his question. Let me read it out first. Anderson Silva has 11 title defenses. Islam has 4. Anderson in his prime is the best striker we've ever seen. Islam's best skill is his wrestling. Khabib is better than him at that. Anderson is the GOAT. Okay, so this is the question when it comes to the GOAT list and our sport. Because our sport is so young, people back in the day were racking up title defenses against utter fucking cans. Quant. Let's say it's spelled titty. Quant titties. Yeah. Quant titties. Quality. You guys know what I'm saying. I can't spell. Quality or quantity. However you fucking spell it. Don't care. Not going to be bothered to learn how to spell. I'm too old for that shit now. Quality or quantity. Which one is better? Quality or quantity. Which one is the better wins? Because the whole Anderson Silva 11 title defense. I mean, and again, it's the same problem with Mighty Mouse, right? Like, you could win on tough and they would throw you straight into a fucking title shot. And isn't the GOAT DJ of Aussie land? He is of Aussie land. Silva dominated his opponents while Islam went to war with Volk and Dustin. Silva has 3 times the title defenses and has a better win streak. That is fair enough. That is fair enough. That is fair enough. That is fair enough. Paddy had a good solid new era style of grappling, but the thing is, Islam will run through that like a hot knife through butter because Paddy doesn't scramble fast enough and he spends way too long on the ground. But Islam will be one step ahead. Yeah, I think Islam destroys Paddy Pimblett. Absolutely destroys him. Yeah, no way Islam is higher than Anderson yet. Okay, so why are we getting so much pushback when 80% of the chat just said he was? I love Volk, but he's not back. He just pulled off one more. I know Portuguese Herzog. Like I said, Volk is clearly aging. He is clearly aging. But I do like the Mobzar matchup for him. Ilya never lost his belt. That's true. He gave it up. Although you could argue, JVD, that he lost it to the scale. Larry, you have 3 of the best sports blooders in your fingertips, mate. True. Silva beat a Chael Sonnen, Vitor Belfort, Forrest Griffin, Damian Maia, etc. Saying that Silva was fighting lower level opponents. You just didn't watch UFC back then. I mean, Forrest Griffin... At the time, sure, but Forrest Griffin is a sling and banger. Vitor Belfort is very, very good. Damian Maia, very, very good. Chael Sonnen is the second place of the second places. Is that... I know he's undefeated on the streets, I know, but like... Chael Sonnen is the lifelong second placer. But I guess if you're going to be the great, everyone is a lifelong second placer behind you, you know? Like, everyone's going to be the second placer behind you because you're the best. And Chael Sonnen was in there from Anderson Silva to John Jones. Of course he's going to come second place. Griffin wouldn't be ranked. Griffin wouldn't even be fucking close to ranked. Griffin wouldn't even be close to fucking ranked. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm considering moving Anderson back up. Let me read some more. CM Punk, where... Fucking hell, this chat. CM Punk is above everyone else. There are levels to MMA. CM Punk is the level. The audacity to not have Marcus Brimage on this list. I'm not putting Marcus Brimage in the top 30 of all time. Can we please talk about Volk banning accurate hooks and overhands as a counter to Lopez coming in? Volk smashed him in those exchanges. We can talk about them, Tim. And I'm so surprised at how well Lopez took those shots. If we're going based off that take, then Jose Aldo out of the GOAT list too. He technically was beating Cantu and got his belt back because Conor left. That is also true. Also true. Quality of opponents over the quantity. That's how you spell it. So again, you guys are 70%. So 80% of you don't think Anderson Silva should even be in the top 5. And 70% of you know that it's the quality over them. Quality is fucking a crazy way to spell it. I know. Quality over quantity. It's not impressive if I dunk an elementary school student. Yep. Can you give us some excuse for your Can you give some excuses for your horrible scoring of the Volk fight? I don't think I did score it horribly. Round 2 I gave to Diego Lopez. Everyone seemed to give that to Diego Lopez. Round 4 I gave to Diego Lopez, which I don't think is crazy. And I said round 3 was a swing round, but Volk won it. And everyone seems to be saying round 3 was close, but clearly Volk, which is what I was saying. I honestly don't think I had horrible scoring at all, Nacho. I think Paddy destroys. I do not at all. I think Paddy destroys Islam. No bias. Islam is way overage and now struck 3 of his last 4 fights. Yeah, but Paddy's not as good of a striker as Dustin Poirier. This was one of Volk's best wins because he is aging and he's still found a way. Yep. Yeah, that is true. Those people being good at the time proves how much better everyone is now. Griffin would not be ranked. True. Islam got 1 loss while Anderson got 7 of his last 8 fights. But that is, again, like, it depends. Like, Islam might slide down the rankings if he chooses to stay in. Rich Flanker and then Dan Henderson are better wins than anyone on Islam's resume. No. No, Charles Oliveira is an amazing win. No. Choking out, no. Getting a submission over the greatest submission artist of all time. Of all time. Getting a submission artist over Charles Oliveira is fucking insane. Insane. I can name every Quentin Tarantino movie, but I can't name every Spielberg movie. There you go, Johnny. But 11 title wins is a lot of quantity. It is a lot of quantity. It is. If you're gonna have some quantity, you better have 11 title wins. Anderson Silva can be top 5 for hot streaks. Yep. Which is worse, quality or quantity? Quantity. Dan Henderson win is better than the Charles win. The Dan Henderson. I don't think it is. I don't think Dan Henderson is better than an Oliveira. Hendo's skill is wading in with these big fucking H-bomb. What's up, QP? Naming him quantity. Yeah. Is wading in with big fucking H-bombs and swinging away and fucking... Charles Oliveira is fucking the embodiment of team shooter boxing. The skill level is fucking insane. Saying Anderson doesn't have quality wins is stupid. I'm not saying saying Anderson doesn't have quality. I'm not saying he doesn't have quality. He obviously has quality. You're saying he has quality and quantity. Okay, I'm with you. Quantity. Hendo had one shot. I know, Hendo was literally just a fucking bar brawler. Oliveira's been washed for 3 years now. Islam would not even have a close moment, but he will obliterate Paddy at his strongest game on the ground. That's why Paddy has no chance. Forget the striking. We don't have to argue who has the advantage in that one. Islam will not even be close to a moment. He obliterates Paddy in his strongest game on the ground. That's why Paddy has no chance. Yeah, no, I agree. Cayman, I'm with you. I think Tim's off on this one. On needing to know the terms and stats and stuff, I think that's a yes and no. More true for some sports than others, but a lot of people bet best purely on spots and situations. Okay. For instance, like if a team is traveling from one coast to the other and has to play at the time, that would be extremely weird time in the home time zone. That's super early or super late. You always bet on the home team. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yep. Dan is not better than Charles. I know. I don't think Dan is better than Charles. I think Nacho's. But we got to remember, like Nacho and Toad, Shotgun should be here for this conversation. I feel bad doing this without Shotgun being here. We've got our old school heads, and we need our old school heads in here to hold it down for the grey hairs. That's true. Hendo is a bigger name than with a better. That's true. Hendo is a bigger name with a better record. I don't think Hendo is a better win than Charles Oliveira, man. Saying Anderson doesn't have quality, that's not even the prime Hendo anymore. I think it was only a double champ in Pride. Yeah, so again, it's also an older Hendo. 2 fights where Paddy showed a lot of the same boxing and wrestling problems that Hunt in the past, and people completely 180'd on him. You're as good as your last fight. Yeah, MMA fans have got very short memory, and I think that's also coming into the conversation that we're having here, Toad, when it comes to the GOAT list, man. Like the old heads in the chat are trying to hold on to Anderson's legacy, which I understand and I respect. I get it. I absolutely get it. And obviously the young heads are going to be like the Lucas Tracy argument, which is I just watched that fight. They go into the GOAT list now, immediately. So I get it. And I am trying to remember that I started watching in 2016 and I don't have a fucking fantastic memory. So I am open to hearing why Anderson should be moved back up to the 5th spot. Respect to Hendo, but Charles is much more goaty. I feel like Charles is much more goaty than Hendo. Like, Hendo is just the H-bomb. Hendo was an all-round threat. People forget, man. People are quite literally forgetting right now, man. Anderson has quality wins. Anderson has quantity wins for that time. They just don't hold up now, in my opinion. Thank you, TY. I think that's where we're going with this. Islam isn't that good on the ground, and Paddy smashes him on the feet. I don't think Paddy smashes him on the feet, Tim. Yeah, Hendo never had a part of his career where he kept losing till out to Bisping. I only started watching MMA like 2 years ago. Oh, right. I'm getting you confused with someone else then, Toad. Fair enough. Hendo was a fucking killer across multiple promotions. Like Charles. I've been converted. Anderson at this point over Islam. I was people and people forget, man. Okay. Nacho, you're right. All right. So, Anderson remains. The top 5 remain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Islam creeping in behind Anderson. I'm telling you, if Islam wins the welterweight belt, I don't care how many quantities Anderson Silva has. If Islam Makhachev moves up and wins the welterweight belt, or if Islam Makhachev beats Ilia Topuria and Arman Sarukian, or moves up and wins the welterweight belt, I am moving him above Anderson Silva. You're going to have a fucking... You know what? Let's just remove it all and start from what's up, Cheddar. You are going to have... Nacho, you are going to need to fucking come prepared, okay? If the day that he beats Arman and Ilya or wins a welterweight title, you guys are going to need to come fucking prepared. Because it is going down on that day. Why do we not have Volk ahead of Islam? Because Islam beat Volk twice. Islam beat Volk twice. How can you? Anderson has quality for wins, but that time they just don't offer my opinion. I only started watching 2 years ago. I've been converted. Anderson all the way. Guys, Hendo was a fucking killer. We did that one. Chris LeBron is way better than Bobby Green for a win. Forrest Grover, former champion, was better than Justin Gaethje win. Frank Griffin, champion, better than Moicano win. Okay. Nacho, you have won. Nacho, you're mad. Nacho, you're right. Nacho, you're mad. Nacho, you're right. Another one is baseball. The away team is an inherent advantage if it goes overtime. So I've been blindly betting the away team anytime it's about to go overtime, and it's been quite profitable. Oh, nice one, Larry. Let me fix my microphone, chat. Stop typing things, chat. I never bought the bolt. Whoosh. It's like that with every sport. It's like saying Michael Jordan isn't the GOAT because players are way better these days. Yeah, that's fair enough. Who is the better striker, Moik or Paddy? Remember, Moik easily beat Islam on the feet. Who is the better striker, Moik or Paddy? Remember, Moik easily beat Islam on the feet. It was one striking exchange, Tim. It was one exchange, dude. You can't throw in Moik easily beat Islam. But Islam is close to 2 more wins and he'll surpass Anderson. Dude, Islam is very close to being the GOAT. Like, literally the GOAT. Better than everyone. Like I said, Moik will beat him on the feet. Why do we have Volk ahead of Islam? Why do we not have Volk? Chedhead is right. Bro, they are going off nostalgia right now. Islam ain't beating Arman, Paddy, or a healthy Moicano, or Ilya. Do we take into account how their career ended versus how it's going? We do. How your career is... I mean, we just kicked Leon Edwards off the list. Once, and he was a division heavier. Twice. Seems like Henderson was the only big name Anderson defeated. No, Johnny. No. John would beat DJ. Why not have him in front? John would beat DJ. Why not have him in front of DJ? Good point. Again, I bring John Jones down because of all the drug accusations. Now, I can't take him completely off the list because you'd have to scrap the entire list. But I also feel like Mighty Mouse is more well-rounded than John Jones. I feel like he's got better striking. John Jones' rangy striking was always shit. Yeah. Wait, so Larry, are you seriously arguing that Alexander Volkanovski should be higher than Islam Makhachev, even though Islam Makhachev beat Alexander Volkanovski twice? Does anyone want to support Larry's argument? Does anyone have any arguments here as to why Alexander Volkanovski should go ahead of the guy that beat him twice? I'll bring up one point. I'll play devil's advocate for a bit. I'll bring up one point. They literally fought each other, and the UFC kept Alexander Volkanovski on the pound-for-pound rankings higher than Islam Makhachev, even though Islam beat him. So the UFC thought that that Volk was better. What's up, Eric? Where did you go, dude? Where did you go? Why are you just saying hello? Where was I up to? I was up to Cheddarhead saying top 30 worst fighters when. Top 30 worst fighters when. Great point, Cheddarhead. And, hey, dude, we got 2 weeks off, so we might do it over the next 2 weeks, yeah? We all know Islam is good, but damn, he's been screwed with who he has to fight in his... We all know Islam is good, but he's been screwed with who he's had to fight in his rank. I know, Paul, and that's my biggest argument for Islam Makhachev. Like, I can feel in my heart that Islam Makhachev might be the greatest MMA fighter of all time. But the fucking promotion company that he works for won't give him those challenges. Moik is the way better striker than Paddy. Moik schooled Qatar on the feet. Moik is a way better striker than Paddy. There you go. There you go. One striking exchange is all we need to know that Moik is the true guy. Yeah, move Moicano to the top of the 30 list. Leon had no right to belong in this list. We were hyped up at the time. It's been a while since we've pulled this list out. No. Hello, where are we? No, can't support Larry here. That doesn't make any sense, Larry. Get fucked. Volk won the first fight. He didn't. We watched it back. Islam dribbled Volk's head like a balled basketball. All right, you don't need to have hate speech, Nacho. Australian government, Nacho. Over in the Bull, find him. Find his IP address. That is hate speech. Islam's resume is kind of weak, but it's not his fault. Wish we got the Armin fight. Me too. Volk over Islam. Bilal is extremely biased. I bet if we did a top 30 worst fighters for the belt list, 90% of DJ's resume would be up there. Cheddarhead, get fucked, cunt. Fuck you, mate. Top 30 worst fighters and DJ's whole resume would be up there. Fuck you, Cheddarhead. Larry is correct. A rigged decision doesn't count. What's up, Chimney? How are you, man? I want that Volk versus Evloev fight now. Volk wins. Easy decision. I agree, Chimney May. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good, Chimney May. Yeah, I agree, brother. Volk beat a dominant champ, Max, and has more title defenses and arguably beat Islam in the first fight. So, for the guys that are like, the number of wins counts more, and it's a mix of the quality of wins, Volk's number of title defenses is higher than Islam Makhachev's. When you look at the people Alexander Volkanovski has beat during his title run, Islam's best defenses are Charles Oliveira and Dustin Poirier and Alexander Volkanovski. So that's 3 really fucking solid title defenses. Volkanovski's solid title defenses are Max Holloway 3 fucking times. He's also beaten Jose Aldo. What else can we say? Max 3 times, Jose Aldo, a close fight with Islam. How highly do you really rate Ortega, Yair, and TKZ? Not that highly. Really. You can't be a GOAT over someone who beat you twice. It's like putting BJ Penn over GSP. Yeah, I know. That is the hard part, isn't it, Nacho? The only argument for Volk over Islam is his dominance in the featherweight division. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make, TY, yeah. Paddy has improved. His kicks make up for his lack of hands. His kicks are very good now. He's got solid fucking kicks. And he is built like goddamn Masvidal out there. Mighty Mouse will be 6 after Volk. Mighty Mouse is the greatest MMA fighter of all time. You'll never change my opinion. Until Islam becomes... Yeah, it's not who he wins head-to-head tier list. It's about who the greatest fighters are. Islam is a division heavier, and his accolades and accomplishments don't compare to Volk's. That is true. Volk is above Islam. Meritocracy knocked ridiculous. Volk hasn't popped for steroids. Islam has. Volk hasn't popped for steroids, chat. Am I talking myself into putting Volk in front of Islam Makhachev? Because who said it before? Did Larry say it or did Nacho say it? Like, if you put John Jones in a cage with Mighty Mouse, obviously John Jones is going to kick the shit out of Mighty Mouse. The size difference. But then the Islam fans are going to say that Volk was actually heavier than Islam when they weighed into the cage on their first fight. So you can't really say the size difference. You can't say the size difference because they were heavier. Volk was technically heavier and he still lost. It's kind of a tough one, chat. Let me read your chats. I'm kind of leaning putting Volk above Islam, and that's fucking crazy. But this is what happens. Like, you guys will come back to this list in 6 months, and someone will go, how the fuck did Volk end up above Islam? And I'll go, oh, it made sense at the time. Let me read some chats. DJ should be 6 after Volk. No. Volk is above Islam, meritocracy not rigged. Mobs are by triangle armbar. No, Toad. No. Volk scrambles out easily. But if you look at how they beat their opponents, Islam struggled with 2 title defenses while Volk dominated everyone. Yeah, so even the names that they fought against, like Islam got knocked down by Moicano, took Dustin Poirier to a 2-2 in the 5th round. 5th round, one of the judges had it 2-2. Like, he's struggling with competition he shouldn't be struggling with. And Volk is fucking destroying people. Like, you guys call me crazy for having the Lopez fight close. Some of you think it's a 4-1 decision to Volk at 36 years old after a year off. At saying Volk didn't struggle with the Ortega fight, Larry, he did have moments of struggling, yeah. How shameful is Yair asking for the title after 1 win streak? Time to feed Yair to Yarn Lord Silver. Chimney, I mean, it's not Yair's fault. Hunter Campbell literally promised him the fight. The UFC are a pack of cunts. Can we all stop following decisions? Volk won the first fight. He didn't, Tim. He didn't. I've watched it back. He didn't. He lost. Volk over Islam just doesn't feel right. It kind of feels right, Paul. It kind of feels right. Submitting Charles, beating Volk is all-time stuff. It is. And if you beat Volk in the first fight when you weigh less than Volk on the day, it counts for something as well. Oh, my brain. Dougie, have you heard of Gillis C. Crew? Never heard of Gillis C. Crew. Why? Who is Gillis C. Crew? I get that we actually saw it happen. We didn't see GSP beat DJ, but he obviously would have. So if you can't grasp that it's the same difference, then you're just fucking stupid. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, like we actually saw it. I think popping for steroids should bump you on the goat list. Yeah, Islam Makhachev has popped for steroids. But you made me say Glizzy. Fucking fuck you, TY. What did you make me say? Have you seen Glizz C cricket? Guys, Rogan emojis in the chat for TY. That was very good. Made me say Glizzy. You're a fucking retard. We're trying to have a serious conversation about the GOAT list, and you're like, made you say Glizzy. That's very good, TY. Yeah, we needed that, mate. He lost twice to Islam, brutally KO'd once. Islam over Volk all day. Literally just watched someone do meth on YouTube. Like, how is that happening? Chat, Volk was 215 pound once, carries the mighty rugby strength. There are levels to this shit. Absolutely, Chimney. Absolutely. Mobzar is fucking smoked, mate. Watched it multiple times. No way it can be given to Islam. Damage per round is clear. I give it to Islam, Tim. I do, dude. I've watched it back. I've changed my stance. If you can't beat the GOAT over someone who beat you twice, then you can't beat the GOAT over someone who beat you twice. Yeah, that's true. Tim, your Daggy hate is clouding your judgment. You can't be trusted on this one, unfortunately. I'm with Nacho on this one, Tim. I'm sorry, brother. Volk over Islam because I'm a racist. That's classic Eric stuff there. Just put Anderson back down. That was right the first time. Islam and Volk are too close to say who's better. They're fucking neck and neck, aren't they? It's crazy, mate. And again, I feel like in my soul, Islam Makhachev is the greatest fighter of all time. He just hasn't proved it yet. But I truly believe Islam Makhachev is the best MMA fighter we've ever seen. He just hasn't got the accolades yet for me to put him up there. Submitting Charles, then beating Volk is fucking all-time stuff. It is, dude. It is. Especially on a horrible weight cut. Alright, let's give Islam his flowers now. You give Islam his flowers, right? He comes to Australia, to Perth, to enemy territory, has a horrible weight cut, weighs in less than Volk on the day. Volk is in there heavier, in his prime, the best Volk is ever going to be, and Islam Makhachev beats him fucking fair and square. That's fucking impressive, right? Doug, apparently we have to put Izzy above Silver because Izzy literally beat Silver. And they were in the same division. Good point, Larry. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, that good point. That solidifies your point. Mate. Islam's higher than Volk. Islam is higher than Volk. Ortega was closer to finishing Volk than Islam has been closer to finishing. Ortega was closer to finishing Volk than Islam has ever been closer to being finished on his title run. Plus, Volk got brutally sparked by one fight ago. Listen, Nacho, I get what you're saying. However, Ortega was closer to finishing Volk than Islam has ever been. I disagree. I think if round 5 had gone on for another 30 seconds, Volk might have gotten Islam Makhachev out of there. Just saying. Just saying. Excuse me, Khabib is the GOAT? Absolutely not, Kyle. No way Volk is above Islam. Yeah, Volk is not above Islam. Islam's higher. He did. Next stream, let's go over the fight. Damage for fucks up. We can watch it again. We'll watch it again. I think we've watched it. We'll watch it again. We'll watch it again. We got 2 weeks of nothing, so we'll watch it again. Made you say Glizzy. That was fucking brilliant. That was fucking brilliant, mate. I genuinely don't understand. That was the greatest moment of the stream. I genuinely don't understand how someone can seriously make the argument that Islam is about Volk other than the smooth brain take of he beat him. Well, we just talked about it. Like, we were just making the argument out loud for the last 20 minutes. The quality of wins, the number of title defenses. But there, done. We can't forget Volk was on a 2-fight losing streak. Yep. I love steroids. John Jones #1, Islam at #2, and Anderson Silva at #3. No one else counts. Steroids all the way. Thank you. No, you did very well, T.Y. You did very well, mate. I mean, why isn't Connor and Max above Jose? They both humiliate you. True. Doug, apparently we have to put yep. Fair and square. CGI. Didn't happen, CGI. If Islam is above Volk, Izzy is above Silva. Dude, fair. Bro, you were so confident before the Sean Marab corner analysis. I told you you'll see, bro. This will be the same. You don't gotta lie, bro. You'll be wrong again. Tim, we will do it. We have 2 weeks. We got a lot of streams between now and then. We will sit down and we will rewatch Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev 1 the exact same way we did it for Sean Marab, and we will score it together live on the stream. Okay, now let's take away some of those flowers. IV Gate, going life and death with Dustin, all of this in his prime. No, I agree, dude, which is what is holding him back from what I believe is the guy that should be here. I think he should be #1, but that is holding him back from it. Silva was old when he fought Izzy. Volk and Islam fought in their prime. Good point. Very good point. Silva and Izzy. Silva was on his way out. That was a prime for prime. One of the greatest fights of all time. MMA, like skill wise, one of the greatest fights of all time. Dude, Anderson is not 5 over Islam and Volk. You guys are tripping. QP, state your arguments. This is how it works. You can't just come in here with a Lucas Tracy argument. Dude, no. Got a bit of pop. Got a bit of Granby in him. He's density maxing. You're going to need a little bit more than that, QP, brother. This tier list stirs the pot. This tier list stirs the pot. It does, mate. This is why I hate whipping out this tier list, because it always goes this way. He almost unquestionably would have finished him. Islam was dead by the end of round 5, and Volk was raining down ground and pound. Even Islam didn't think he won that fight at the end. True. Larry, they both fight within their primes when they were champs, so Islam beating him twice is pretty important metric in the equation. Acting like it isn't is disingenuous. People forget, man. John Jones hid under a gym's boxing mat for 8 fucking hours to avoid a drug test. True, Kyle. People do forget, man. What happened to 80% Islam over Anderson? I know, dude. This is why I like taking the time to do the debate, Kyle. And you're new around here, so you haven't been around for these. But this is why I like to do the tier list live and take the time to do it, because I want to hear people out and hear their arguments as to like where do we actually set people on the list. But we kicked out Leon Edwards. We kicked out Leon Edwards from the top 30 fighters of all time. So we need to fix this up a bit, because this is my top 50 fighters of all time. Listen, before you guys start fucking screaming and ringing, this isn't finished. This top 50 fighters of all time list isn't finished. It's a working list. I'm just thinking through it. And as you can see, it's different. So I've got to clean up my top 50 fighters of all time. I've got to get my top 5 to match, because it doesn't match right now anyway. So we've got to clean things up a little bit. So here to here has all got to go. Stop it, Eric. Stop it, Eric, for fuck's sake, Eric. Stop it. Stop it. So all that has got to go. So we got... Yeah, and then we got Volk. Oh, shit. No, don't do that. Copy and paste. Put Volk there. Just take that whole thing. So that's the top 10, I think. Yeah, that was the top 10. Yeah, there you go, there like that. There we go. I'll play with that in the back end. I'll get my top 50 to match my top 30. And then we'll start talking about who goes where in the top 50. Because that is a working list, and that takes ages to do. Ages to do. Yeah, that's why I narrowed it down to a top 30. Let me read everyone's chats. Where were we? Volk over Islam all the way. We can't, OTM. We can't. We just talked through it. I can't justify it, dude. Ilya beat Volk. Islam hasn't lost the belt yet. This has to be relevant. Good point, Paul. Very good point. Silva had some terrible performances, man. A lot of them at that time did, I guess is what you're saying, Kyle. Great point, Paul. Volk losing his belt is a big knock again. It is, dude. People forget, man. Alexander Volkanovski lost his belt fair and square. Okay, Silva was old, but he was at least fighting an opponent from his division, not one above him. But again, on the day, Larry, Volk technically weighed more. Where's Leon's bald spot on the all-time list? I know, where do we put him now in the top 50, right? People who were saying Islam over Volk because he beat him 2 times, then better start saying Conor should be over Aldo for KOing him in 30 seconds. It's a mix. This is the thing, OTM, right? It's a mix. It's a little bit of who you beat, when you beat them, how were they, how was your legacy afterwards. Like, it is a mix of factors, you know what I mean? The poll was quality over quantity. 11 title wins, weighs a little more than Islam's quality so far. I think a couple more wins, he takes it over Silva. Yeah, I think Islam is very, very close, man. You know I'm not biased or anything, even though I do train with him, but you definitely have to put Brian Battle in the top 50 greatest fighters of all time, simply for his affiliation of Volk in their top season. I mean, Kyle, you need to put Brian Battle in the top 50 fighters of all time, just for what he did in Paris. Every other stat other than Islam beating Volk, Volk takes the cake. Yeah. Top 1,000 tier list during the 2-week break. No, fucking No Chilla's already done that. No Chilla's already done that and done it quite poorly. He had Ilya Topuria at like number 700 or something. He had Ilya Topuria at number 700 or something like that. 11 to 12. So where have I got my 11 to 20? That's my 11 to 20 there. Which I don't think is right anymore. Oh, Control Z. Which I don't think is right anymore. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So Whittaker goes into the top 20. Beautiful. So Whittaker goes into the top 20. Tito is right at 29 then, so we need to take someone from here. Mandalay, Tito. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. There is your your new top 30, boys. Brian Battle's last fight was disappointing. It was embarrassing. Every other start, everything's on being involved. 2,000 tier list during the 2-week break? Absolutely not, TY. I mean, if I need to do another 3.5-hour video, maybe. Both Volk losses to Islam and Ilya were not prime conditioned Volk. Volk's first one was. Volk had love handles, was eating zinger burgers and beers for Islam 2. 2 months later, had to cut weight again to fight. No. Islam 1 was a prime conditioned Volk. Islam 1 was a prime conditioned Volk. Come on, man. Come on, Cayman. How is Islam 1 not a prime conditioned Volk? Brian Battle last fight was disappointing. It was. You should do a top 25 GOAT list for each weight class with some live stream. We could definitely do that, Kyle. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, dude. In one moment of the fight, we can't say with any level of certainty that Ilya would have beaten Volk if not for the situation with him coming back very fast from a TKO. I agree, Larry. We can't, dude. And again, with how Alexander Volkanovski won the first round against Ilya Topuria, you could argue that Volk might have gone on to win it. Who knows? That's why I have No Chill $100 dono. His commitment is unmatched. Top 1,000 fighters. Nobody's doing that. I mean, who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. It's good to see you, Guru. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, dude. I'm not saying I think he would have. I'm just saying I legitimately don't know, and I know it's good for the division. I'm not saying that I think he would have. I'm just saying I legitimately don't know, and I think it's good for the division. Well, as Guru was saying before, on his Twitter account, I don't mind the idea of a Volk versus Ilya 2 rematch, and maybe that's part of the reason that Ilya left the division. Maybe that's part of the reason that Ilya left the division, because he knows that he got the perfect knockout on Volk. He got the perfect knockout on Max Holloway. And how are you going to add to perfection? How are you going to change perfection? So you might as well just leave featherweight alone, and go and try and start a whole new legacy at lightweight. Kind of makes sense to why Ilya Tapuri was like, fuck it, I'm leaving. Not saying would have. DDP is a top 20. KO'd Rob, subbed Izzy, and 50-45 straight. DDP is a top 20. I mean, we can start cracking into this a little bit more this week. 6 million during the... All right, Eric, thank you. If Marab beats Sean convincingly, he definitely goes in the top 10. Again, we got to come back to this list and check it out. There's a lot of work this list needs, especially the top 50 list. There's a lot of work it needs. But guys, this is how this happens. People win. People want to put in new modern age fighters, and then people lose and they want to take them straight out. So I think we'll leave it right here. It's been an hour and a half, and I thank you guys for all the donations at the start of the stream. Really, 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 really thank you guys so much for the donations at the start of the stream. DJ is the fucking GOAT. This is also for Kyle, for both the Kyles, since you guys are new around here. Hey, Dougie, what's your favorite regional Australian MMA promotion? Eternal, just because it's on Fight Pass, but Hex is quite good. This was the previous best boxers in the UFC tier list. It took us 2 weeks to do. We got to fix this one up as well. Missed my dono? You didn't dono, dude. You didn't dono. Pantoja over... Yeah, Pantoja legit has to be added to the top 30 list. Pantoja legit has to be added, because people are talking about Pantoja being a better flyweight than fucking Mighty Mouse, which is crazy. I'm never refunding Eric. Eric can suck my dick. No, I love you, Eric. It's all good, mate. And you would like to suck my dick, because the things that you send me on Instagram are fucking gay. Okay, Nacho, apparently we don't ever make points. Okay, we don't hear what Nacho, apparently we don't do that. We make point. Apparently, Nacho, we don't do that here. We make points. We make points. DJ is not a goat. DJ absolutely is a goat QP. The Kyles. I know, dude. You missed my 6 million shekel shekels. Shalom! Arthur! Shalom! Guys, that's it. Hour and a half. Half an hour extra. Thank you for the extra donos. Half an hour extra. We put Alexander Volkanovski into number 6 on the greatest of all time list. Well earned from Alexander Volkanovski. Well done on your debates, Team Silver. So Tim and all the boys that donated, thank you very much. OTM, thank you for your donation. To Team Anderson Silver, very well done on keeping your boy in the GOAT list. You fought well today. You absolutely fought well today. And Larry gets the last word, and it's a good paragraph, so I'll read Larry's last word. Very good point. The one time Islam decisively beat Volk, he was not anywhere near his prime condition. Islam just barely managed to scrape by when Volk was in good condition, and even... if he weighed the same that day, it's weird fighting for the first time at a new weight, and if they had done it at an immediate rematch with Volk staying at that weight in a good condition, he may very well have won. He may have, but you never know, do you? Just like saying Volk might have beaten Ilya Tapuri. You never know how good Volk's legacy could have truly been, and we might never know just how good Islam's legacy will truly be if the UFC don't matchmake him properly. Literally, Islam Makhachev's next 2 fights are imperative to the history of MMA. That is why I made that video about how seriously we need to take Islam Makhachev's next 2 fights. It cannot be Justin Gaethje. It cannot be Justin Gaethje. It cannot be Justin Gaethje. OTMO, thank you for the extra gifted membership. I appreciate you. Bilal says Volk is number 3 of all time. If he beats Movsar, we'll keep talking. Volk never popped. Volk never topped. Yeah, Islam. Volk one was in good condition. Much love, Dougie, and the chat. Cheers, fellas. Really good stream today. Thank you guys very much. Funny and insightful for once. Not just saying the word glizzy over and over again. I'll see you guys tomorrow's video. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Have a good night, guys. See you later.